Barje. Please take seat. We are 2 minutes, 3 minutes, quite on time. But I prefer to start same if the number of people will be increasing during the next minutes, to give the opportunity to Roberto to have the time for the presentation. Well, let me introduce before my friend. I recognize is the first thing. My friend Roberto Nunez Del Rio. This morning, Slovenko Henningman explained us one part of the activity, one part is a consultant. I will explain something now, but the last activity I know from Roberto was the owner in a restaurant, was a lot of things, but the last thing is writer. I discovered and I have a book talking about digital secrets. Well, it's not translated to Slovenian, but will be, why not? Well, he worked for more than 25 years in the technology consulting sector as major firms such as Accenture and NTT Data, where as a partner, he led operation in the telecommunications, utilities, and energy industries during 15 years. 10 years ago, he founded a company named Y, a company focused on training executives in the consulting sector, and he is also currently developing projects in Latin America aimed at training of young people. That seems something said this morning, in new technologies and introducing them to the IT sector. Please, Roberto, I am absolutely sure it will be interesting. Let you use the floor, please. You have 20 minutes.
Gracias. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you, everyone, for being here today. I would like to start expressing my sincere gratitude to CAS, to EAPA and ASEFMA, especially Slovenko and Juanjo, to giving me the opportunity to speak in this interesting event. It's a truly honor for me. Digital transformation.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change, or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. quantum computing fuels big data, the Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen. The future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
Wow. Sometimes I think if you have a good voice, a dynamic presentation, and a music, and transcendent music, you can convince everybody to change the world. But because consultant makes this thing very times. Okay, more seriously, I like this video because there is some ideas that we are going to talk about in the next minutes. When I thought about this conference, the first thing came to my mind was a thought I had 5-6 years ago when all the people began to talk about digital transformation. We are truly experiencing a digital transformation, or is more a marketing strategy of the technology companies that want to sell more products, sell more projects. How many of you think it's a real transformation? Please, raise your hand. And how many of you think it's only marketing to sell more? Okay, and how many of you don't think? Well, and what's happening in enterprise management? We had a real digital transformation in the 80s. In the 80s, in the 90s, every company began to develop their systems, custom system at the beginning, later commercial packages to solve all their operational and management needs. It was a real digital transformation because it changed all the ways to work, all the ways to have a relationship with your customers, all the ways you used to sell. The first ERPs for corporate areas, the first CRM for customer management, CMS for content management or knowledge management were implanted. And all these companies began to have a new age because they could begin to improve everything and to introduce all the new technologies other technology companies develop. But after that, we have a period of 15 years, more or less at the beginning of this century, that this kind of system only were improved. Well, with a lot of technologies, with a lot of functionalities, but without a radical change. So we had then only an evolution. But now, what's happened? Now, in the last 10 years, artificial intelligence, data analytics, cloud computing, IoT, robotics, blockchain, virtual reality, augmented reality, all of these technologies are reaching a level that can once again transform the companies. Disintermediation, mobility, automation are not only improvements. How say this morning, Juanjo, several sectors like music, transportation, tourism can think about what they are going to do to improve what they are doing now. Now they have to think what they are going to do to change and take advantage of all of these technologies to avoid to be overtaken by companies that a few years ago doesn't exist. It's a completely different reality, okay? So, yes, we are in a real digital transformation. Perhaps in some sectors, we are still not viewing this problem. But perhaps when you can see the problem, it's late. But we are in a second digital transformation, not for all. Because many companies, many small and mid-sized companies are still in the first phase. These companies, according with the information of Eurostat, according to information of Eurostat, only 43% of European companies have an ERP. I'm sure the others have solutions for their needs, but the level of integration, the level of their capabilities to evolution are completely limited. And now we have here a lot of new technologies, and these kind of companies have many problems to use it. Many problems because they don't have the infrastructure that is necessary to take advantage of these new technologies. My first message is don't wait for future benefits about artificial intelligence or virtual reality. These kind of companies have a good opportunity to implement solutions that actually, nowadays, can give them a lot of good results. Well, and for okay, now. What are the benefits that this digital transformation are giving the companies that are prepared to take advantage of these technologies? We have a global impact in business management. This morning we have been watching several products, but all of them were completely oriented to operations. But not only for operations, decision-making, enhanced customer experience, we are going to talk later. Flexibility of the supply chain management, innovation, all the areas, sales, marketing, and all the internal collaboration is impacted by the technologies we have talked before. All of these new technologies have a level that was unthinkable 10 years ago. But for me, it's most important that they are feed off each other. So the evolution is, or begin to be, completely exponential. And if you have a new improvement today, it's faster, it's bigger, it's better than the previous one. So the velocity to adapt ourselves to all of these companies, all of these technologies, is going to be harder in the future. I would like to talk about data analytics and artificial intelligence because are perhaps those that had the greatest impact in business management. We have seen all of them have an impact in the company, in operations, in all of your operations, but in business management, data analytics and artificial intelligence are both the greatest. But first, I like to briefly mention cloud computing. Cloud computing has an evolution now, but it had an evolution 10 years ago that not only is leading the transformation, but also all the technologies depends of the cloud computing. If we don't have now cloud computing, all of the developments of IoT, artificial intelligence, data analytics do not be the same than we are looking today. Well, data analytics, since the first time where the information systems were developed by the management of the company, every executive wants to have analysis of their data to take the best decisions. We have seen this morning this type of analysis switch from descriptive analytics and diagnostic analytics that seen the past to predict the future with the predictive analysis. Today, with pattern recognition and things like that, we can begin to predict what are going to do to pass in our company. Now, optimization algorithms and artificial intelligence is introducing another chain, that is the prescriptive analysis. The prescriptive analysis tell us, the system can advise us how we can perform how we can use our data, how we can act to perform the best result or the result we are defining. These kind of algorithms are very complex, but today we have the tools that begin to do it real. Benefits of this kind of technology are completely global. For all the area management, we are using now data, analytics, algorithms, and taking the decision about all this kind of software and information give us. But there is a problem because some companies don't have the results they expect with the data analytics. The problem for me is they have a wrong strategy with the data analytics. The first thing many companies do is to make a large investment in technology, big data. The best big data can give me the market. And then they began to think about what kind of algorithms, what kind of analysis I can do with this infrastructure. And in this moment, when they have defined the algorithms, the data, and the ways to get this data, they think, okay, what can I do with all of that? In these cases, these companies don't have the results they want with their data analytics systems. The correct process is completely the opposite. We have to define in our business our use cases. We have to be clear why or for what we are going to use this infrastructure, this technology. There is a lot of option to take advantage of this technology. But this is more for global companies, and for industrial companies, we have a lot of benefits and use cases that has proved that this kind of technology can give us a great value. Predictive maintenance, real-time quality control, optimization of the logistics, analysis of the cost and budget, material inventory optimization. We have talked about that this morning with some products that use this kind of technology inside the functionality. Sharing. When we are clear on the why, then we can think about the what. So when you have these use cases, then you have to define the algorithms you need to obtain the value. When you have the algorithms, you know the data you need to use these algorithms. And when you know the data, you know what big data infrastructure you need to give value for all of that. Then you have a process top-down, and in this way, the possibility to extract all the value of these technologies are higher. Okay? What is the trends in this case? Data analytics is evolving every day. But now with the integration of artificial intelligence, we have a lot of possibilities to give more value for the companies. Better algorithms, security, governance, traceability are benefits that all of these tools are going to give us in the next years or in the next months. To have a good data analytic solution is not because it's fashionable. Many people say, okay, I need data analytics. No, why? Why do you need data analytics in your business? Be clear about the functions you want to do with it, and then think about the technology. And from artificial intelligence, what can I say about artificial intelligence? You switch off the TV, AI. You read the newspaper, AI. You go to your phone, AI. In everything around us. I don't know if it is good or not, but it's a reality. Artificial intelligence is not something new. Artificial intelligence began 80, 90 years ago. But why then this technology beginning to be the most important technology in the data, in the digital transformation. I think it's necessary three factors. The first one, today we have the computational capacity that the artificial intelligence algorithms need to give us good results. Today, we can make a calculation that 10 years ago could take 10 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week. Today, we can do it in seconds. And if the evolution of quantum computing goes in the line we can expect, perhaps today computational capacity, it was to be very low, and in the next year we are going to multiply for 100 or 1,000. The second important thing is the data analytics, big data, can analyze data of all types, and structure, and with this kind of data and with this kind of technology, we have the opportunity to train our artificial intelligence solutions. But the third thing is perhaps more important. Oh, sorry. IA algorithms based on neural networks, deep learning, in the last 10 years have evolved incredible evolution. The first supervised learning systems with a very high human interaction were improved by unsupervised learning about data. You use data to train your system. But now the reinforcement and the LLM, the large language models, has introduced something completely new. Reinforcement means that you can train your solution without data. It's incredible what we can do with that, because you can put a matching with this kind of solutions, and this matching is going to learn about their own experience, not the data I'm giving them, not their own experience. I want to show you one video that is, I don't know if it's scary or interesting. This is a robot that is learning to stand up and to walk. They don't give him any instruction on how it has to do it. It takes their own results and modify their system to try to do better its movements. remember 1 minute ago when the robot doesn't know how to stand up. And now it's completely different. Well, it's a robot, but think about that in every of your systems, other systems that you could need in your business, and how can then they learn about their own experience. It's, I think, a completely different age for the artificial intelligence. And what can I say about large language models, ChatGPT? Today, with ChatGPT, many people have been introduced in the intelligence, artificial intelligence, because 5 years ago, ChatGPT born in 2022. It was the first technology that in 1 month have 100 million people using it in 1 month. I think the evolution of these type of technologies are going to be incredible. Wow. Now, they are having multiple applications in business management, such as workflows, automation, tax management, intelligent document processing, customer training programs, content creation, e-commerce, among others. So that's who use our sons to, I'm going to ask him what is the best team in the world, football team in the world. No, you don't need ChatGPT. It's Real Madrid, sorry. No, but business are going to use this kind of technology to do things impossible to think 2 or 3 years ago. Content creation, you in your documentation have to find something. You can, with these large models, you can give the documentation and make questions, not find me this question, and make questions completely different from the information you have introduced. And these systems are going to help companies to make decisions. The evolution is incredible. All of this is generating significant benefits for companies. Improvements in profitability, efficiency, productivity, better business monitoring, talent management. Today, some companies are using artificial intelligence to manage their talent, to hire people, because all of these tools can analyze all their needs. Product and service development, and of course, we are going to talk now customer relationship and experience. For the industrial sector, we have more or less the same kind of benefits. Some of them you have talked about this morning, but the ability to process massive amounts of data for predictive maintenance, quality control, supply chain optimization, or resource allocation. Other important contributions are being made in product design, product development, quality control, test. All of these activities are completely improved by the artificial intelligence. And what are the next steps? Yeah. The most immediate evolution of these technologies is aimed at very diverse areas. It's very interesting, the hyper-personalization, advanced algorithms that are going to analyze all of us to give us the best value or to give us the value that this company want to give us. Developing explainable AI is other thing all the people is asking for. But I think it must be impossible. Explainable AI is the capacity of the AI to explain their decisions. And technology is not going to have this possibility because AI is not easy to know in sometimes how they are going to this result. But many people is working about this problem because human wants to know where is the information, how you are advising me about something. Not only what I have to do, how you have get this solution. But I'm very skeptical about that. The deployment of AI application in several devices, federated learning, federated learning. Today you need for develop artificial intelligence very big computational capacity. With federated learning, we are taking advantage of phones, routers, TVs, to integrate all the capacities of computation to solve artificial intelligence problems. Well, to conclude, I would like to talk about the particular impact of digital transformation on customer management. It's one of the areas most impacted by digital transformation. Among the main benefits in customer relations, I will highlight improvements in personalization, engagement, retention, omnichannel experience, personalized marketing, 24/7 support, and their capabilities to increase flexibility and adaptability. However, many companies believe that these advantages are only relevant for those with end customers. I've worked for a long time in consulting firms with this type of companies, private companies with end customers, telecommunications companies, banks, energy companies. But at the same time, I've been working with public administrations, and in this case, we, the consultants, focus on two different things. In one hand, of course, we try to respond in the best possible way to the needs identified by these entities. But on the other hand, but for me it's very important, we are always helping them to see what type of investments will add the most value on their public function. So, consultants during the last decades are trying to analyze the customer of our customers, in this case, the citizens. To do this, we study all the information we can gather from citizens. In your case, direct or indirect producers. Their opinions, objectives, sensitives, levels of satisfaction, among other factors. That information allows us to attract their investment to our projects, justifying the value it will bring to the citizens. The tools aimed at improving customer experience provide the best ways to gather, analyze, make decisions, and justify those investments. In the same case, in the same sense, your sector, I think, could make this kind of analysis. By obtaining feedback from citizens, these marketing and customer interaction channels will give us arguments such as reducing travel times, ensuring road safety, monitoring investments, improving citizen feedback and quality of life, analyzing user satisfaction and needs, reducing environmental impact, and promoting local economic development. At the same time, these tools drive innovative and personalized marketing that can be of great help to enhance our image, showcase the sector great innovative capacity, and attract your young talent. What are finally the trends of the customer experience? Among the main trends, we can highlight the increasing incorporation of AI, omnichannel experience, augmented reality, predictive and prescriptive analytics, self-service, and increasingly complete virtual assistants. All of this is aimed at better understanding the customer, providing them with the right tools to obtain the best services. And I don't have more time, I have a video, but I think it's because I have a final video, but it's very late, no?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, I can share with you this video because for me it's very important for innovation, this reflection.
Which?
Oh, Peter, you're here. We were supposed to meet 40 minutes ago with the guys from ASPHALT about the emergency capital injection.
As we discussed, our North Carolina plant went sideways. So we need 15 million now, or we'll have to shut down.
Have any of you ever eaten at Burger King?
Yes. Why?
Well, I was just driven past one. And while I know their market cap is $7 billion plus, I realize I am unfamiliar with their offerings.
Okay, fine. But what does that have to do?
Is it popular among your peers? Is it enjoyed?
People seem to like it. It's okay.
And their selection consists solely of these burgers, of which they are presumably king.
They have other things. Chicken, fish. I'm sorry, what are we doing here?
Here's what we will do. Monica, have one of the assistants go to the nearest Burger King location and purchase one of everything. This is which one?
The BK double stacker.
Fascinating.
Peter, I know that you are incredibly busy with this, but I made a personal promise to the ASPHALT guys that none of their employees would lose their job, which will happen at midnight.
Do you see this?
The Junior Walker.
No, not the sandwich. This seed atop the breading.
Those are sesame seeds.
A high number of these breadings have sesame seeds on them. Billions of breadings. Sesame seeds. They only grow in certain microclimates.
Peter, I know that you don't want to cause 173 people in North Carolina
Cicadas.
I told you couldn't handle it.
Mr. Gregory, this is ridiculous. Sir. Mr. Gregory, we need an answer, and we need it now.
Yes?
We need money now. And I'm sure that Burger King and sesame seeds and whatever else you've been mumbling about in here all seem lovely to think about, but they have...
Myanmar and Brazil.
No more of this, okay? Are we getting the money or not? Will you please just tell us what the hell is going on?
Amusing coincidence that two of the 3 countries that provide the world's sesame seeds have such large cicada populations, no? The cicadas of Myanmar emerge every 13 years, while the Brazilian cicadas emerge every 17. Next year, they will hatch simultaneously for the first time in 221 years. Crops from both countries will be decimated. Unlike Myanmar and Brazil, Indonesia has no cicada population. I was surprised to see Indonesian sesame seed futures priced so low. I made a purchase, and now, if the shortage spikes the global price even 10%, we'll profit, Evan?
$68 million.
If you wish, I could tap that projected revenue and make you a bridge loan of $15 million, gentlemen. Unless you need more?
No, that's... Thank you, holy shit.
Yes? Happy?
I put this video because for innovation, for me, is completely important. The first thing is Peter Gregory, this man, is always questioning the world around him. He's not only seeing, he's asking for him every time, what can we do? How can we change? How can we introduce new to do things different? We must be very attentive to our business and avoid resistance to change. The other thing is they know a lot about sesame seeds and cicada. You can see your business, but if you don't have the knowledge and experience enough to do something, it's impossible to improve. And the third, for me, is perhaps the most important. They act. He acts, and we have to act. They buy futures, and if you think only, I have to improve my business, I have to introduce new technologies, the I have to is one problem of many companies. You have to act and do it. Okay? Sorry for the time. Thank you very much.
Let's see.
Thank you, Roberto. It was really excellent to think about your thoughts. It was incredible. Thank you very much. And we will continue with the next session. It's the session number 3. Technology. Can you put it on the screen? Technology suppliers, market uptake, and quality control in innovative products. The first speakers. Yes, we have it. Okay. The first speaker is Roman Bašelj. He prepared the presentation together with Klemen Šobak from Trgograd. Roman Bašelj is a civil engineer starting in CP Kran 1994. Since 2000, he has been employed at Igmat, where he was a technologist in the ASPHALT laboratory. He performed internal quality control works for various contractors. As well, he has been also a part of the external contracting authority, quality control for DARS, DRSI, and in 2012 he took on the head of IGM, bitumen, waterproofing, epoxy, industry flooring, and so on. He has been working also international in Austria, Italy, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Kosovo. Roman, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Slovenko, for introduction. ASPHALT 4.0. I think we all agree that this is not science fiction, it is science fact. We heard before. So we are now deep in digital area. It's 2024, and I want to share this left picture with you. This is maybe a bit embarrassing, but is reality in 2024. Behind this picture is a person who has very high skills and who knows what to do. But with help of digitalization, he will much easier to push on pedal on this PDCA wheel, plan, do, check, act wheel, and slow will be much easier for him if he will took digitalization. Today I'm going to share some practical issues from test field made by Trgograd, which is a Slovenian company. They took a sustainable approach. They merging two main topics, actual topics, green technology and digitalization. 3 steps were done. VMA production, warm mix asphalt, by using binder modification with wax by Hivex, transport, warm mix asphalt with minimal heat losses and thermal segregation with push-off trailers, and finally, lay monitor and record the temperature of asphalt layer with road scan, supporting by Vitos Paving Plus software. Quality assurance was done by Trgograd in quality control, internal laboratory Trgograd and external laboratory Igmat. So it starts VMA modification of standard bitumen B5070. Wet procedure was done, premixed in vertical bitumen tank, and expected bitumen properties are decreasing penetration, increasing softening point, and increasing frost breaking point. Wax modification, B5070, results in a product B3050 NV, which means that this kind of product meets new requirements, Slovenian so-called TSPI. We continued with bitumen testing. The DSR, dynamic shear rheometer test were done. First of all, phase transition temperature was determined, so that is phase which is typical for wax. So in the graph you will see 2 lines, green and gray. Green line is incoming bitumen B5070, and the gray one modified bitumen. If you see in detail, there is unevenness in field around 80 degrees Celsius. So what does it mean? This means that bitumen with wax modification has at higher temperature, higher than 82 in this case, possibility to compact asphalt easier than conventional bitumen. After a lower temperature, below 82 degrees, increased stiffness. So in phase of exploitation, this type of bitumen is quite stiffer. We continue also with another rheological test, temperature sweep. The test was done from 90 degrees to 30 degrees, falling down. And as you see, the bitumen without modification is the red line, orange line, and blue line is modified bitumen. In this temperature area, modified bitumen in all over the test temperature range is quite stiffer, it's quite harder. So let's go to the test field. Test field was around 20 kilometers from the ASPHALT plant. ASPHALT plant Trgograd mixed that two types of AC base, AC22 base for base layer. First 400 tons, but was VMA, warm mix asphalt at 150 degrees, and second 300 tons at 170 degrees classical bitumen. Three different types of lorries were used. First, thermal insulated, classical, then thermal push-off trailer, and second, and the third one, classical without thermal insulation. As we see, green technology is shown. It's no doubt that less fume and less outdoor emission was seen. On left side, you have 145 VMA on asphalt plant and 143 on site, and on right hand, 175, 165. It's obviously a difference. If you see data which are available on net, we reached with around 20 degrees, almost 80% less fumes and less outdoors. Only 20 degrees. It's a huge, enormous decreasing of fumes. It's a point. Also, we use Vitos Fegele road scan equipment to measure temperature. And the layer of thickness was 6 centimeters. It's quite, it's not a big thickness. And different type of trailers, as I said. You will see on picture. You are seeing on picture the 4 subsections. The first one belongs to thermal insulated, classical trailer. Second and third, thermal insulated, and the last one was trailer without thermal insulation. The difference is obviously between those most two colors is 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. That's the surface temperature. And what you see, there are also gaps between subsections. These gaps are because of not using feeder, asphalt feeder, not using open hopper because of this operator of asphalt paver every time closes the hopper, and temperature segregation was done immediately. Also, is not a secret. It's not new. It's not new topic. The asphalt transportation with push-off system versus classical trailers is much better because of temperature segregation and also important material segregation. Compaction degree also was checked of the asphalt layer. When we checked in laboratory, only 5 degrees Celsius lower compaction temperature was established for Marshall specimens prepared in laboratory. This was quite surprising, but on other side, equal compaction degree was achieved at a greater temperature reduction, 20 degrees Celsius, on the job site. This was established by taking course on VMA and hot mix asphalt layer. Both were approximately 98.5 and 0.6%. After that, we prepare after party. It was quite exciting because we collected all the data, temperature segregation, time consumption, and also a lot of data. So that was done by Vitos paving plus software by Fegele. I would like to say that is very important tool to optimizing asphalt work procedure because of saving resources. We managed to analyze a lot of data. There is a lot of possibility to optimize your work process, not only temperature segregation, using equipment which is available, using maybe one more trailer to avoid time changes and maybe use also feeders for asphalt paver. So a lot of possibility.
Good.
At the end, conclusions. Using VMA is a must and leads to huge benefits for workers and environment in general. You see on these two pictures because of fumes and odors. But when you use wax additives, take caution because you have to check possibility increases in stiffness and less sensitivity of binder. Maybe can be also problem at low temperature exploitation. Caution about that. The test field showed us that comparable compaction degree VMA and traditional hot asphalt was achieved. Using push-off, insulation trailer showed us more homogeneous quality of material and temperature control. And transport is definitely an important part of quality assurance. At least a road scan performed by Vitos enable continuous measurement and study data which show us advantages of digitalization. Quality assurance and quality control in real time and after party is much more effective with this kind of help of digitalization. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Roman, for this practical test fields and everything you show us. The next speaker is Márton Hittner. He's coming from Strabag. He's an experienced lean specialist in construction industry. He started his career in 2005 with a master's degree in architecture and has since developed significant international knowledge in different areas of the industry. Márton first became experienced in integrated design in an engineering office in Austria. Later, he led complex investments in the field of construction, where he also had the opportunity to participate in the lean development of mass production. For the last 5 years, he's the leading process development in Southeastern Europe for Strabag, one of the Europeans' leading construction companies. Mr. Hittner, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the invitation, and it's been an honor to be here. First, as an architect, what can I do here? It is a special topic. In the last 20 or more than 20 years, I have worked in several parts of the construction business. First 10 years long as an architect designer, and then I managed on construction business, and then I was on the project management side. Then I have learned and be connected with the lean principles, and then I became a lean engineer. In Strabag, lean engineering is a very important topic in the last 12 years. Lean engineering, it's mean how we can be more efficient or effective on the construction site, that we are reducing the waste in the perspective that we are understanding the client needs. It is very important to us because in the Southeastern European region, we have a lot of clients in the government side or the private part. Strabag has a lot of division, more than 8. One is the Southeastern European region. It is 11 countries, but we are concentrating and mainly focusing on 5 countries. It is Slovenia, Romania, Hungary, Serbia, and Croatia. In these 5 countries, we have different or difficult and different situations. Some of them are in the EU, some of them external. In some, we have euro to pay, and a lot not. We have Latin letters or Cyrillic, or we are intern Schengen or extern. So it is a very hard and advantageous task how we can make a basic standard such of big private company. In these countries, we have different and strong technology regulations, as the government regulations are also others. Yes, and we have a lot of good knowledges on the construction side. We have a lot of good experienced colleagues. But how we can make a minimum standard, it is the task for my team. Yes. Okay. To understand how we are working in the road construction in southeastern Europe, you have to know we have asphalt plants and we have pavers, columns, or machinery, and very excellent colleagues. We can manage them, but it is different from the German and from the Austrian situation in Strabag. Most of them, they have own value creation and in the end phase. In the last years, we would like to develop ourselves, so we have our asphalt plants and our pavers full with sensors. We have learned a lot. We make our technology and processes more and more efficient. But end of the day, we have seen that we need to optimize the truck route, because when they are not there, then the asphalt will be not smooth and uninterrupted. What we can do in this time, or in this situation, we have to use a logistic tool. We decided in Smart Site 1, I will call it as SSO as in the company. What we know about the SSO, when we have the sensors and when we're collecting the relevant data, then we will be more efficient. And we can use this data to be more productive. The transportation will be more efficient, and the paving process will be harmonized. What is also very good in this software, we have automatically created documents, and every participant in our value creation will get immediately the information and the data. And end of the day, we have a very good opportunity to make process optimization from these data, because we will make more accurate plans. So we are using Smart Site 1. Our goals in the first time was make our process more stable. We have to understand in different countries how the colleagues are working on the construction site. It was a very big help. We have digital tools for it, for measuring the activities, and understand how the colleagues and why are they working so. So this value creation bring on the construction site and understand the value creation is very important topic. Then what was a very big advantage also in usage, that we have always updated cycle time and a very good data transmission. And I will show you how we visualize our machineries, but not only machineries, mixing plants and sites. But we have very big issues in southeastern Europe. In Germany, it is a little bit easier. The telematics system is more regulated and more active. In southeastern Europe, in every country, we have a different provider and different data quality. Sometimes the data are inaccurate, so we can't use them. We have to measure them, we have to concentrate and communicate always with the developer team which provider can deliver us the best information. And then, what was also a topic, it is also the human factor. Human factor, because some colleagues has the feeling they have more work with this digital tool. Or in the past, it was not important. Why we are doing now? We were always efficient and we were always good. Digitalization is not my business. It is a topic what we are discussed. We are talking with the colleagues on the construction site. In their hands, they have a smartphone. On the hand, smartwatch, and they're talking about it is not important for them. And about another topic, what we have already discussed, is control. In the personal life, these stupid things says to us how efficient was our sleep, what we have eaten, or was our productivity enough good? After 10-kilometer run, it says me I was not efficient. Wow. But what is important, this smartphone says me every week how many time I spend on internet. What have I done? How many application I have used. In my personal life, I use these things, these IoTs. Why I don't use in working time? Can I understand what is efficiency, what is value creation, how I can be more efficient? The best example, what I show immediately for the colleagues, take a paper note from your portemonnaie or from your wallet. On a paper, you can see only building, road, bridge construction. These are the values what we are developing for 100, 200, 300 years. The other things are not existing. So when we can work with the colleagues easier together, I must say on the construction side, who understand what is, the colleagues who are understanding the value creation, they are understanding immediately how it can help them. So we are concentrating on the new equipments. I must say it was developed very good, but on the construction side, understand this sensor or this sensor, what they deliver us as data, it is another topic. We have to understand how can we use these data and what we can learn from them. I must say, this sensor is watching not only behind paver, then 1.5 meters wider. Then our merged data will be immediately incorrect. It's not useful. We have to develop how we can transfer, how we can optimize them, and how we can use them. The next topic, very good that we have everything in a good digital platform, but who can read this? We have to educate our colleagues. We have to educate all the process-relevant customers and colleagues who will deliver data for this dashboard. What we can immediately show them, how we can reduce waste and how we can be more developed in this area. What we have also learned, this software was developed in Germany. This part was not developed over there. It was our need in Southeastern Europe because it is the main dashboard. First, it is the map. It can be seen from everybody in the value creation. It is the fleet management, how we can concentrate and how we can communicate with the transport companies. These are the cockpit, how we would like to build up our paving activities, and this is the docking scheduling. And it is for ASPHALT plant. They can't work on these, but they can see all the information immediately. And it was a very important big step. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Right. It's beautiful. Yeah, we can see this picture. I don't know why. But I can say, yes, thank you. So what we reached, there is a balance between the production and the in the construction side. And everybody will be happy because we can plan what is our real needs and how they can work efficient. And what is also very good, that the ASPHALT plan can recalculate when there is a trouble or problem, or they can solve external delivery as well. What is good for us, our process will be more stable, and it has a very strong economic efficiency on our work. Next picture, it is the map. what we have already seen in another software. It is nearly the same. We can see the truck is empty, the truck is fully loaded. It is our construction site, it is the entrance, and where is the ASPHALT plant. On the next picture, I can show you that we are also collecting temperature sensors data. We can immediately work on it and make some actions when it is not as the quality as we want. And we already talk about today AI. Smart Site 1 has a special solution. End of the day, we can make lessons learned. We can see where was some traffic, where were some difficulties, which truck driver was not efficient in our way. So we can make some changes after it. And how we can make it real useful, this whole structure. These are what I have shown. These are for the operatives on the construction side. We have to bring the management structure also, or our management organization also a little bit familiarized with this thinking. We have a SSO dashboard. It is our own development. Every business unit manager, every subdivision or division manager can see what was the working with SSO. They can immediately see which ASPHALT plant is working with it, which working machinery using it. And I must say, we have already 2 very beautiful numbers. It is so that our projects, which are over 1,000 tonnage, from this project, 72% is already planned with SSO. And not only planned, it is only already executed with SSO. It is another important KPI. Fast 80% of the working days are executed with SSO. So the management can already see what is the efficiency, what we can achieve with the operatives on the construction site. So thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, Mr. Hittner, for a very interesting presentation. I think also for the small companies, this will be the future. We come to the next presenter. This is Grega Sever from Igmat. He has graduated from geodesy on the Faculty of Ljubljana in 1995. He joined Igmat in 1998, where he started with his own application development and computerization of the company. For more than 20 years, he managed the IT the department of the institute and had a decisive influence on the development of the IQS business system, which has been developing in its current form since 2003. Grega, the floor is yours, please.
Hello. So I'm coming from Igmat. It is Institute for Building Materials. And in the next minutes, I'll try to introduce you our information system that we have been building in the last few years. So we are a private-owned institute located in the suburb of Ljubljana, with the main laboratory and the smaller one in Maribor. We also have some plant laboratories on the bigger construction site around Slovenia. We employ 48 highly qualified experts. So, the beginnings of Igmat date back 50 years, and during this time we achieved accreditation for testing laboratories, ISO 17025, and become certification body ISO 17065. Our main field of work are laboratory analysis of building materials, which includes asphalt, concrete, steel, rock, bitumen, etc. We also make field measurements of various types all over Slovenia. So, I will try to introduce you our business information system called IQS. It means Igmat Quality System, that we started to develop in year 99. So the ISO certification forced us to start thinking about the document management system for all kinds of forms, instructions, for all our methods. We started on Microsoft platform with Access, Excel, and Word, but we soon faced the problems with multiple lab locations and refreshing databases. So we changed the platform in 2003 with moving to LAMP. And this decision proved to be great. We realized that when COVID hit 15 years later, when we were fully prepared to work from home. So here you can see the entrance screen of the system that is accessible through the web browser. It has a lot of menus, sub-menus, and a lot of department subsystems also. I'll try to demonstrate you some core components of our system, and maybe we can start with personal records. Each employee that is registered in the system has username and password. He gets access rights that are changing over time. And this record contains all formal paper of employee, various documents about him, electronic registration, working hours, vacation dates, etc., etc. The system is GDPR compliant, so only granted users may see all data. And the logging to the system is also protected with a two-factor authentication, especially when users are not inside LAN. So the next thing is document system. The Institute implements a large number of methods and analyses, and every one is supported by internal instructions or forms that employees are filling. We also have many different types of other documents like contracts, reports, offers, and so on. So each such document has a label, author, date of creation, and it is sometimes necessary to periodically check or validate or even create a new version of the document. In this way, all documents are always accessible, they're easy to filter, easy to find, and employees are informed when a document needs to be confirmed or approved or digitally signed, so it can go faster through the system. Equipment records, in accordance with the EN 17025 standard, all equipment we use is marked, labeled, and entered in this IQS system. It is indicated who is its custodian and how often calibration are required. Before each calibration, the equipment custodian is notified with an email to take care of the calibration. And also for some tests, analysis entry is also disabled when the when the calibration is not make. So each calibration, internal or external, must be approved by the head of the department, and all information about that is kept in IQS. We also take care of the internal software in the similar way, so we have versions of the software and validation reports all together in IQS. So maybe you can see on this picture, there are shown only a small portion of the scales, and the majority of the calibration of scales is made in January or May, because it is a quiet working time for us. Laboratory test results. Large number of laboratory test results at the Igmat Institute are entered into IQS system. In most cases, it means manual input of the necessary result, but we also have some automated transmissions like digital scales, presses, shredding machines. So when entering data, real-time validations are enabled to eliminate fault results, but there is also a possibility to alert the operator or head of the department where the strange results are entered. Special attention is paid to the creation of the PDF report. The user only checks the generated report, and if necessary, he corrects it. Every data is saved, and it is always possible to check who and when added or edited the record. And it is also possible to see all historical record values. As you can see, some input forms are quite complex. Monitoring of the environmental conditions. According to the EN 17025 standard, we are obligated to ensure the environmental conditions in the various laboratories of the Institute. With the help of mini computers, the Raspberry Pi, we monitor the state of the environment and record data to IQS. So we can always review, or we can always see the current conditions or historical records also. It's also possible to set alarms for notification when some of the conditions are not in the range of expected values. And of course, the data can also be monitored on mobile devices. Digital signing. We have stopped printing reports on paper 5 years ago, as we successfully implemented the use of digital signatures in IQS. Those various reports are put in the relevant IQS containers where their status can be seen and where managers and experts can also sign them. The individual is informed that the document is waiting for him to sign, and he can also sign a document on the mobile device. In this way, the time from the preparation of the report to the signing the report is the shortest one. And also the email sending of signed reports is also regulated through the IQS, which ensures the traceability of reports that have been sent through the system. Maybe you can here see a short video. No. Okay. Speech recognition. We have developed a mobile application that uses artificial intelligence to convert speech into text. We use it when inspecting buildings, roadways, and other objects to specify damage description into IQS. With this application, we save a lot of time. Firstly, it is no longer necessary to write notes on the paper on the site. But the inspector only speaks to the mobile device. If the recognition is okay, he just confirms with the pressing on a button. And secondly, we also save time in the office when he came back and he needs to type from the paper to the system, and now it is everything already in the system. Geolocation. We have already enabled data geolocation for some types of records. Now more and more devices are already equipped with GPS sensors. So within IQS, we have a display of various types of data that are geolocated and can also be searched using a map. But the video is not working. Okay, so the conclusion, IQS provides employees with up-to-date information on the current situation, quick and efficient review of various reports, results, and tasks. We are trying to maximize automatization of routine process, to improve communication between employees and the departments, and to consequently increase productivity of all kind of works. IQS is being constantly maintained and developed by 2 administrators employed at the Igmat Institute, taking into account the needs of the users and the progress of technology. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gregor, for sharing the information from your institute. It was very interesting. We have 2 speakers left. The first is Stephan Harnischfeger from Interchem. He's a managing director of the MHI Naturstein und Baustoffenservice GmbH and member of the management board of MHI Baustoff GmbH. He's a member of the German Association for Road and Transport Research. He has been working in the field of warm mix asphalt for more than 20 years. Dear Stephan, the floor is yours.
Okay, how does that work?
So.
Wait, didn't get what? Say again? What? Oh, there you go. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much to the organization for accepting my paper, and thank you for staying all the way. On behalf of our long-term friends and partners of Interchem, I'd like to introduce you to what is easily one of the oldest approaches to warm mix asphalt in Germany and possibly beyond. It is synthetic zeolite, or a product called ASPHALT. Now, that's a company called MHI. We're a family-run business in the very heart of Germany, with an annual output of 7 million tons of aggregate and another 1 million tons of asphalt mix. As you can see, we've been around for a while, and we have come up with a warm mix asphalt additive almost 30 years ago. Now, in terms of German asphalt road construction, this is almost brand new. As you can see, we do have a quite nice track record of trial sites all around the world, and as well as in Slovenia. down south in the copper region. The product, amongst others, is approved for road construction in Germany since 2006 and has in recent years mostly been used as a hot mix additive in order to improve workability. And what I hadn't expected to happen some 10 years ago is that warm mix asphalt will become mandatory in Germany next year for completely other reasons as you would expect them, but we'll get there. What we are talking about is a synthetic zeolite, which is a fine white granulate. It contains 20% of water by crystallization, and the water will be released gradually in a temperature frame between 85 and 180 degrees. And this will allow, as we'll see, a temperature reduction of some 30 K. The dosage is rather easy, calculated on roughly 5% on the bitumen. We will add 2, respectively 3 kg of zeolite per ton of mix, replacing the filler at the same quantity, and the dosage is recommended with the bitumen or shortly afterwards in order to have the most effective virtue. And feeding is rather simple. You either have screw conveyors, plate conveyors, you have pneumatic feeding systems. At the end of the day, there is meltable bags for hand feeding. And obviously, there's no way to pre-blend the product with bitumen, so that means you need to dose it directly into the mixer. Whenever you're using the product, please do avoid any heat or moisture impact during storage, during feeding. On the other hand, there is dry mixing time does not make sense, as we will shortly see, and there is no need for extra mixing time. So it doesn't. It has no impact on the mixing capacity of your mixing plant. Now, what it does is fairly easy to understand, because as the water will be released from the zeolite in the closed surrounding of the mixer, there will be more than 100 degrees in any case. So the water will evaporate and will cause like microfoaming to the bitumen. So basically what we are talking about is some sort of enhanced foamed bitumen. This is not really foaming, this is microfoaming, but it's the same principle. Facing a temperature range of, let's say, 100 to 200 degrees, we'll have a water release that takes up to 6, even 8 hours. So we'll have a very steady, gradual release. And as long as we release water, micropores will be created, and this will give enhanced volume to the binder, hence improved workability of the mix. Any mix that is produced in this way is easy to store in your silo facility, and which is most important, there is no reactivity to any other additives you may be using elsewhere. At the end of the day, using asphamin or using the zeolite will enhance your workability down to 100 C mix temperature. Comparing the two most prominent technologies for warm mix in Germany, which is either organic additives or waxes. We just heard a little bit more about this just before. And zeolite, there are some significant differences. Both technologies are very well established. They have their pros. They have their backdrafts. What are we doing? There we are. just for you to understand, the black curve is basically the viscosity curve of a standard bitumen with very low viscosity at high temperatures and high viscosity at low temperatures. And the dashed line that you see is the viscosity curve of a wax-based bitumen. That means we have initially a lower viscosity, then a transition phase from a liquid wax into a stiff wax, ending up in a higher viscosity. Now in Germany, this is a bit of an issue because asphalt that has been produced in this way and has given a ring and bolt value of above 80 is almost impossible to be used as reclaimed asphalt. So this is a German issue. At the end of the day, as we've just heard, stiffness is an issue. What is commonly interpreted as extra stability for the mix, which is fine, but at the end of the day, it is stiffness, and you have to pay attention that you don't put a glass plate on your sofa, because anything that moves below your top surface will end up in cracking. Now, with a zeolite, we basically have the same effect, giving you a lower viscosity at the higher temperature with a steady and controlled return to the standard viscosity without eventually putting extra stiffness. You end up with a totally conventional standard bitumen with no changed performance, with no changed recyclability, and so on. So what we have here, the yellow, the little yellow bit, is what we call a compactability reserve, because instead of narrowing the compaction window, we're basically just shifting the compaction window using the zeolite. What does that mean in practice? Using the zeolite will give you the chance to produce warm mix asphalt with any mix design you are commonly using. So that includes any types of bitumen, aggregate, additives, whatever it is. It works well with wrap rates well above 50%. In double drums, it may even help you to enhance your cold wrap handling. As I said before, it works well with other additives. It is as a solid material. It's easy to store. You don't have to stock any pre-blends. It helps you to be most flexible. And you don't need any extra time for the production of it. As I just said, as we look at it in Germany, we would like to have the same types of asphalt as we usually have, so we wouldn't want to change too much on the rheology, on the performance, and the recyclability. So, and at the end of the day, it's not a dangerous substance, which applies to some other additives. Now, there is two main ways to use the product. Clearly, for warm mix asphalt, we're talking about reduced emissions. We're talking about energy savings. We are talking about, depending on the technical guidelines, accelerated opening to traffic. And at the end of the day, lower temperature mean less thermal stress to your plant, to your paving device, to other additives, and to the bitumen. Warm mix asphalt is a very hot topic, so to speak, in Germany these days. It wasn't for a long time, and we still had a place for the product in the market because Germany tends to be slightly cold at times, and we still have to perform our road works. So we, at some point, we started to add the product into a hot mix, If you remember the compactability or the viscosity curve, adding it to a hot mix will still give you very much enhanced viscosity and workability, which will allow you to have either less compaction effort in the higher temperature range or prolonged workability as the asphalt cools off. And for any country that has a cold weather paving season, cold weather wind will cool down your mix. However, with a viscosity shift by 30K, you will still be able to compact the mix. Same with stiff binders and mix designs, high rates of reclaimed asphalt, and long distance hauling. Now, as for the prospect, especially on the German asphalt industry, warm mix will become mandatory. The guidelines will be released in 2025. Until everything is finished, we'll have 2026. But by 2026, every single ton of asphalt mix in Germany will be a warm mix design. So this is clear as day. Now, why is that the case? It's actually for health and safety reasons. As a result of the registry of bitumen under the REACH Treaty, animal studies have been carried out showing a new occupational limit value of only 1.5 milligram per cubic meter of air. You have to have in mind that the standard value is 12 to 15. And we have to make sure our workers are exposed to less than 1.5. Now, this is fairly difficult. There is a road map how this is to be done, and warm mix asphalt is the main aspect thereof. So we're talking about health and safety, and as a matter of fact, we have to make sure that we are not using additives that cause more problems than the problem we try to solve. So with a totally ecologically friendly product like the zeolite, this is clearly not a problem. Yes. Now, today we've heard a lot about how innovative the industry is, and I'm not quite sure about that, because I've witnessed talking green asphalt for the better part of 20 years, and the discussion almost immediately stopped every time there was a price tag to sustainability. And there needs to be a price tag to sustainability, which is, and I know other countries are ahead of Germany, but apparently now we have the first tenders where sustainability, carbon footprint, and so on is being priced. So this is, first of all, on a trial basis, but we're slowly getting there. And at the end of the day, this will cause a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of regulation. But it seems we need to have this legislative pressure to actually put warm mix into place. And at the end of the day, global shortages of energy supply, CO2 emissions, this will even further urge our industry to go towards warm mix asphalt. And that's about it from me. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you got any more questions, then do feel free to address us. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephan, for your interesting presentation. And so we are coming to the last presentation today. It will be held by Bojan Kurež. Is he here? I think yes, he's here. He's the Executive Director of Operations in the Petrol Group. He's responsible for technical design and development, construction and maintenance. Before that, he held the position of Petrol of Physical Sales Point Development and as such managed the Barje project from its conceptual design to implementation. And we will see later on when we will go on our tour this project. Please, Bojan Kurež, the floor is yours.
So, dear ladies and gentlemen, greetings on my behalf and on behalf of Petrol Group. Mr. Slavenko, thank you for your introduction. I have nothing to add, so I will go straight to the point. I guess that you are already quite tired, so I will try to be as short as possible with my presentation and also visually attractive. So at the beginning, I will show you a short movie about the history of our Barje resting place and about the way to its reconstruction as we see it today. So, please.
Južna obvoznica v Ljubljani, znana kot ljubljanska obvoznica Barje, je pomemben del infrastrukturne mreže v Sloveniji. Povezuje avtocestne smeri A1 in A2 ter poteka skozi območje ljubljanskega Barja, uvrščeno v omrežje Natura 2000 s prazgodovinskimi kolišči, pa tudi na seznam UNESCO. Že več kot 30 let pa je del južne obvoznice Petrol, ki je leta 1990 na tej izjemno prometni cesti zgradil prodajni mesti Barje, Jug in Sever. Projekt se je začel že leta 1985, ko so nastali idejni načrti in arhitekturna rešitev. Takrat izključno točilna mesta s prodajalno so 10 let po izgradnji dobila še okrepčevalnico. S tem je Barje postalo nujna postojanka za vse potnike na poti med Primorsko, Dolenjsko in Štajersko.
Prodajni mesti sta umeščeni ob eno najbolj prometnih cest v Sloveniji. Glede na starost obeh objektov smo se odločili, da namesto obstoječih objektov zgradimo dve povsem novi prodajni mesti, ki bosta ustrezali sodobnim zahtevam in nudili možnost razvoja novih vsebin ter seveda prilagajanja bodočim trendom.
Julija lani je napočil čas, da se tu prične nova zgodba. Pričeli smo s celovito prenovo obeh prodajnih mest. Izvedba del je na obeh lokacijah potekala hkrati. Vmes sta bili prodajni mesti začasno zaprti, skupaj pa je obsežna rekonstrukcija in gradnja trajala dobrih 5 mesecev.
V začetku poletja 2023 smo prodajni mesti Barje, Sever in Jug zaprli, jo porušili do temeljev in jo v zastavljenem roku zgradili v najmodernejšem formatu in po vseh najsodobnejših, energetsko učinkovitih ter okolju prijaznih smernicah.
Novi prodajni mesti Barje, Jug in Sever strankam ponujata bogato ponudbo izdelkov in storitev, predvsem pa sta edinstveni v tem, da lahko obiskovalci v prostorih prodajnega mesta velikosti slabih 1000 kvadratnih metrov izbirajo med kar 3 različnimi ponudniki hrane. Poleg Petrolovega Fresha sta partnerja v skupnem odprtem prodajnem prostoru še Marše in McDonald's. Obe prodajni mesti, pod več kot 1200 kvadratnih metrov veliko nadstrešnico, vključujeta kar 48 točilnih mest, kjer jim je na razpolago prek 90 točilnih ročk za vsa goriva. Poleg klasičnih je prvič v Sloveniji tudi možnost točenja CNG, v kasnejšem obdobju pa bo omogočena tudi umestitev polnilnice za LNG in vodik.
Vse od idejne zasnove do sprejetja prvih strank je za ta projekt dihalo več kot 150 petrolovcev iz različnih področij in služb. Vsak s svojim doprinosom znanja in izkušenj, seveda ob podpori zunanjih strokovnjakov, gradbenih podjetij in dobaviteljev.
V skupini Petrol smo si v strategiji do leta 2025 zadali pomemben strateški cilj: postati prva izbira za postanek na poti. Vizija Petrola pa je postati integriran partner v energetski tranziciji v wow uporabniško izkušnjo.
Prodajni mesti bosta tako po svoji velikosti, kakovosti, drugačnosti ter ne nazadnje tudi pestrosti ponudbe pozitivno izstopali v tem delu Evrope in prepričan sem, na področju prodajnih mest postavili nove, višje standarde.
Ker je čas, da najbolj priljubljena prodajna mesta na poti postanejo sodobna stičišča pestrega nabora izdelkov in storitev, gostinske ponudbe ter klasičnih in alternativnih goriv. Dobrodošli na Barju. Petrol. Energija za življenje.
You saw in the movie is the largest and most modern petrol gas station in our group. And we are actually talking about two identical stations in both sides of southern Ljubljana Ring Road. And we can proudly say that we believe that this is not the biggest, but largest, but definitely the most modern gas station in Europe. As you can see, it was opened in the northern one in December 23 and the southern one in January 24. Some words about exterior. As you can see, the station, and as you will see today, the station is really big. The canopy measures roughly around 1,300 square meters. Below it, we have 48 dispensing stations with total of 90 dispensing handles. We have 8 tanks for fuel capacity with the total capacity of 328,000 liters installed under the TAP platform. In addition to all petrol, basic and premium fuels, we also have LPG and AdBlue. The special thing about this station is also that protective pipes have been laid down under the old dispensers and under the old parking spaces, so that later during the energy transition, when it will be necessary, we can easily uninstall all the dispensers and change it for EV chargers, and without any digging of a streaming platform or something similar. This is also the first petrol station in Slovenia that has CNG. We have some of those stations in Serbia, but in Slovenia this is the first one. And because of the energy transition, we already planned also a space for LNG and later maybe also a hydrogen. And you will also see this on the spot. Special space is also intended for drivers of electric vehicles who can charge under the canopy with 4 ultra-fast chargers, combined power up to 650 kilowatts. And in the year 25, we will increase this by 3 additional EV chargers with additional combined power of 900 kilowatts. We also think about the future. The space has been left also for high-capacity battery storage system. We are working on it, and we will probably install it in the next year. It will be really one of the biggest energy storage systems, a capacity of 2 megawatt hours and power of 1 megawatt, along with our solar power plant, power of 353 kilowatts. Customers can use 106 parking spaces for cars and 40 for trucks and buses. And besides, the building is also almost 35 meters high pylon. For comparison, this is equivalent somewhere to the 10-story high building. Some words about interior. The building is around 1,000 square meters big. Shop is 153 square meters, and the food court is around 250 meters. The rest of the space is for toilets, technical areas of Petrol, Marché, and McDonald's. We have 4 coffee machines of our famous coffee to go, which you will be able to try it later. We also have for other customers who like real espresso, we also have real espresso made by barista. This gas station, as you can hear before, it is also unique because there are several food providers in one place. Fresh from Petrol, Marché, and McDonald's, and also the food area is visually separated between the providers. There is in reality shared by all 3 partners, and this allows us to satisfy all the needs, all different needs of family members in one place, and allow them to dine at the same table. And in addition, all partner McDonald's also have a powerful drive-through line next to the facility. Inside, we have 134 seats outside on the terrace, 140. Of course, we also didn't forget about our youngest customers when we designed the place. So at the terrace, there is also a big children's playground for them. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's shortly all from my side. If there is any questions, I am of course available for you. I'm at your disposal. Otherwise, in an hour and a half approximately, I will personally meet you at the Barje station and give you a short tour around our facility. And there will also be opportunity for questions and talk, and of course for our famous coffee to go. So thank you for your attention.
Many thanks for all 5 excellent speakers and excellent presentations. I would say come here and we have time for 2, 3, 4 questions. And please, all the speakers, if you can come here, and if there is a question, please. There is, Ersun. Sit down, please, and
in slow motion. Exit.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for all presentations. Great. Not a question, just a comment for the first presentation from Roman. Roman, you said that you were surprised because of the difference of the compaction temperatures in lab and in field. And when I saw it right, I'm sitting in the last row, it was Marshall compaction what you have used, right? Marshall compaction what you have used. If you would try it with gyratory, I think you would be closer to that what is happening in the field.
Thank you for your advice. We don't use gyratory compactor, but we should try it. So thank you again.
Okay. Another question? If I add, before we have the next question, we all know that the productivity in the construction sector is very low. In the last 20 or 25 years, it's only 1% per year. And the construction sector is one with the lowest productivity compared to other industries. And so it's so important that we use digitalization to be more productive. And we show from QPoint or for Strabag how they organize the works, how we are losing less time, how we organize the works better and properly. And I think this is the future. It's necessary to make better organization. And we had here, I think, today very good examples how some companies do it, and I think it will be necessary for all the industry to do it so. It's another question. Barje from Holland.
Yes, I have a question. It concerns we have seen presentations of several logistic systems, asphalt process systems, but normally, what are the main clients for these systems? Are they focused on the contractor, or are they also focusing on the client? And what do these providers of the systems do about standardization of the data? Because you can imagine that, for instance, a client will get results out of several systems. And how does the client, what do you do to make it easier for the client to handle all the data? If it's data about the same items, but in all kinds of formats. Or if you are only focusing on the contractor for some systems, for instance, roller data coming out of rollers or pavers. Sometimes there are several pavers and rollers on a pavement job. What do you do about data standardization?
From whom is the question?
Yeah.
Barje. Who will answer this question? Who should?
Márton Hittner, Grega Sever, yes.
It's working? Yes. First, in standardization in Southeastern Europe, from the client side, we are discussing about several topics in data center. For example, when we are talking with the client, it is very hard to define what will be the time scheduling software and which data they can prefer and organize and need. And in the production or in the quality, they have already, when they have such a need, they have to develop in the contract. And we have a digitalization group and a data scientist, and they can deliver the data what the client needs. But first, we are concentrating what we can use from these data, what we are searching. The biggest advantage, how we can merge several software information and silos to one silo. It is the biggest topic. For example, we are already preparing in Southeast Europe one data center intern. How we can, because we have also this problem. What we have seen in several countries, that we have data silos more or less in some kind of Excels, somewhere in the background, and there is no exact need already from when we're talking about from the intern management side. When somebody can manage it from the highest level and ask this need and developed a team for it. We have already answered these questions in Strabag Southeast Europe, because in project optimization, there is not only a lean team, there is a digitalization team, there is a BIM team, there is a technical control team, and these are together for the operatives, because we have seen they can produce data, but we should say how we can use them and how we can merge them together. And at the end of the day, it will be a management system. But the first steps, how we can bring on one solution. We are producing it intern. This.
Martin Fliegel, please.
From my side, I also say thanks a lot for the small test field with 2 vehicles with push-off technology. I also I would like to ask if there would be another possibility, maybe for a further or a follow-up research project, so to find out, to get roads with more sustainability, with perfect temperature or minimal temperature segregation for more sustainability in the road construction. Thank you.
Okay. If I come to the last question, what Barje asked, I think that this is the problem, that the clients don't have enough knowledge. And I think the best way would be to give him the results in color. For example, for the compaction, of course, the color is the best way to show him what's the result of the compaction. If you speak about Marshall, about different things and so on, about they don't have enough knowledge for this. And standardization will be very important to do it on the same level for all. The last question, perhaps, is somebody? If not, then I would say many thanks for all excellent speakers. It was excellent, really. Thank you very much. And for all of us, as I explained it in the morning, the bus will leave in the front of the hotel at 5:45. Please be there because the bus will go on the time. And then we have program, first of all, go to the Petrol station, what was explained, and then go to the National Traffic Centrum in Dragomel. It's about, let's say, 10 kilometers from the petrol station, and then we will have a short introduction, and then we go to a restaurant, Zayats, where we have a dinner. Thank you very much for today. Who will not attend to the dinner, we see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock here in this hotel. Thank you very much.